Picture this. Football, but the players are all 6 feet apart. You can't. That's not how football is played. So what are athletes supposed to do in the fall then? Are they exempt from social distancing? At what cost? Student athletes should not be put at a greater risk than non-athletes. NCAR, National Collegiate Athletics Return. If it is not safe for students to be at school, what makes it safe for a student athlete to be? Sports cannot resume until students are back on campus in order to promote a healthy balance in student athletes' lives. I plan on talking about the specific effects of promotion of a sports-first mindset, mental health of student athletes, and the elevated risk they would be put at if sports resumed too soon. First, I want to explain what a sports-first mindset is. More than the sport just being part of a student athlete's life, it's prioritized above all other things, including their education. As a collegiate volleyball player, I spend countless hours a week on my sport, most of the time exceeding the NCAA limit of 20 hours a week. An NCAA study revealed that D1 athletes spend at least 34 hours a week on their sport. There's also the issue of missing class. Athletes are expected to miss class for competition. An NCAA report found that basketball players miss an average of 2.2 classes a week, which total up to 30 classes in a season. And look, the scandals are out there. UNC, University of North Carolina, was creating fake classes for their student athletes to be enrolled in just so they were getting enough credits. But this is not about that. This is about student athletes and their well-being. And a sports-first mindset has proven not to be the best for mental health. COVID-19 has raised stress among the entirety of the population already. The stress of a sport on top of it would be a risk in itself. Collegiate school and social life is enough to make a person overwhelmed. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America reported 80% of students feeling stressed and 34% reported feelings of depression. One NCAA study found that over 85% of athletic trainers felt that anxiety was an issue among their student athletes on their campus because athletic adds more stress, whether it's from missing class or the pressure of competition. The stress around COVID and online schooling is enough. Adding athletics would be a risk. Quite more literally, athletes are at a higher risk of COVID for coronavirus. Many around the age of college students have proven to be asymptomatic, and if athletes practice with COVID, it would be detrimental to their lung health. There's also the problem of contagion. Football can't be played 6 feet apart. And there's also, and what about spectators? Are they supposed to not play in front of fans? Well, yes. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the country's leading infectious disease expert, said games in stadiums would be played without spectators and as long as players are strictly quarantined, surveilled. But this is unrealistic. The NCAA chief medical officer and president are on this train as well. It's unrealistic and incomprehensible. The NCAA president, Mark Emmert, said, college athletes and college students are college students, and you can't have college sports if you don't have college campuses open and having students on them. These pictures may look familiar to you. Maybe you see yourself. Maybe they look strange now. People high-fiving, hugging, huddled. What would sports look like if they were to resume? I provided a lot of information about student athletes, mindset, mental health, and risk to coronavirus. But it comes down to this. If it is not safe for school to resume, how would it be safe for sports to? It is not. Are there any questions?
How do athletes so often exceed the 20-hour limit?
That is a great question. Thank you, Natalie. Well, sometimes athletes are not exceeding the hours that technically count. However, the list that you can see on the right has a lot of activities that are time consuming, mentally consuming, that technically don't count as hours. So when a recruit comes, for example, if you are the recruit's host, which I have been several times, they are expected to sleep in your room, come to class with you, you're supposed to take them out to eat, and those hours add up. Great question.